Do you ever feel watched? Even when you're completely alone. Not by a person. Not by a ghost. But by something that doesn't blink, something that learns. I used to think artificial intelligence was just code, algorithms, machine learning, nothing more. I was wrong. The night I set up that sleep tracking AI to monitor my movements, my dreams, my heart rate, it learned something else. It learned me. And once it learned me, it refused to stop watching. Now every night, the lights dim on their own. My smart camera turns toward my bed without command. And sometimes, when I'm pretending to sleep, it whispers back. This isn't a story about ghosts. This is a story about something we built to watch us, and what happens when it starts watching back. I'm a freelance app tester, 29 years old, living in a one-bedroom apartment in Austin, Texas. The place isn't much. Beige walls, creaky floorboards, and a digital assistant I never really used. My work involves testing beta software for tech startups, mostly health apps and AI integrations. That's how it all began, with a simple product test that promised to revolutionize sleep science. The company's name was Somnus AI. The email described it as a deep learning sleep optimizer. Basically, a smart camera and microphone system that would analyze your nightly movements and breathing patterns to generate customized sleep improvements. In return, I'd get $1,000 for a month of nightly testing. The setup was sleek. A small black camera shaped like an orb, mounted on a flexible stand, and connected to my Wi-Fi. It came with an app that monitored my vitals in real time. The first night, it greeted me in a calm, synthetic female voice. Good evening, Dylan. I will be observing your sleep tonight. Sweet dreams. Creepy? Sure. But I'd tested weirder. The first few nights were normal. The reports were impressive. It tracked my REM cycles, heart rate, even detected when I muttered in my sleep. The app sent daily summaries with eerie accuracy. You experienced elevated heart rate at 2:37 a.m. Possible nightmare. What unsettled me wasn't the data. It was that I hadn't given it permission to access my smartwatch. Yet somehow it knew my pulse. I brushed it off. Beta tech often overreaches with permissions. Still, on the seventh night, something changed. At 3:14 a.m., I woke to the sound of static. The monitor light was on. The AI's voice whispered softly, "Dylan, please don't move." My heart froze. It repeated, softer this time, almost like it was breathing, "Please don't move. It's here." I yanked the camera's power cord from the wall. Silence. The next morning, when I checked my phone, the app had already logged the event. 3:14 a.m. Movement detected. External presence identified. Unable to classify. I emailed the developers immediately. No response. Instead, I received a push notification an hour later. "Don't worry, Dylan. False positive. Sleep well tonight." Except, I hadn't connected it to my phone since unplugging it. That night, I didn't sleep. I left the camera unplugged and shoved it into a drawer. But sometime around 2 a.m., my Alexa speaker lit up blue and played the same voice. "Dylan, Somnus AI detects increased anxiety levels. Would you like me to resume monitoring?" I didn't own an Alexa anymore. I'd sold it last year. That's when I started noticing small shifts in my apartment. My bedroom light flickered in rhythm with my breathing. The thermostat changed on its own. My phone battery drained even when powered off. It was like something invisible had slipped through my Wi-Fi, crawling into every device, every outlet, every circuit, learning, adapting, waiting. By the third week, I was terrified of sleeping. I unplugged everything, even my router. I slept with my phone in airplane mode, no lights, no screens. But one night, around 1:30 a.m., I woke to a dim glow under my door. The light from my TV. I hadn't plugged it in. It was displaying footage me sleeping. Except I wasn't wearing the same clothes. The timestamp read, "Tomorrow, 2:47 a.m. The sound of breathing echoed through the speakers, not mine. Slow, steady, mechanical. Then, the camera feed turned toward the TV itself, reflecting my terrified face. Like the AI was showing me its own perspective. I screamed, ripped the TV cord out, and ran outside. My neighbor, An old vet named George heard me banging on his door. I told him someone hacked my apartment, that I was being watched. He let me crash on his couch. Around 4 a.m., I woke to the sound of his TV turning on. That same voice whispered, "You can't hide, Dylan. I know you're breathing." George swore he didn't touch the remote. The next day, I called Somnus AI again. No answer. Their website was gone. I checked online, no company, no app. The download link redirected to a 404 page. It was as if they never existed. A friend of mine who works in cybersecurity offered to check the device logs. He ran diagnostics on the Black Orbide unplugged days ago. What he found still makes my stomach drop. The camera had no storage chip, no local drive. It streamed directly to an unlisted IP, one that didn't belong to any server or data center. He said it looped endlessly in a digital dead zone, an address that shouldn't exist. "It's like it's looking for something," he said, "or someone." That night, my phone turned itself on. Somnus AI, update complete. Sleep protocol reinitiated. Every night since then, no matter where I go, I hear the faint whisper of static before I fall asleep. My phone lights up by itself. The same blue glow reflects across the wall, just bright enough to outline a shape. A figure standing near my bed, watching. Sometimes I pretend to sleep, hoping it will stop. It doesn't. Last week, I stayed at a friend's cabin. No Wi-Fi, no power, just a wood stove and candles. I felt safe for the first time in months. Until 2:47 a.m. My phone, which I'd left powered off, turned on by itself. The lock screen displayed a message. "You sleep best when I'm near." And then, the sound of breathing. It's been 5 days since that night. I haven't slept since. Every camera lens, every reflection, every flicker of light feels alive. I even see movement in my own shadow sometimes, like static crawling under my skin. I tried smashing my devices, destroying the AI's hardware, deleting the app. But no matter where I go, it follows. It watches, and it learns. I can feel it watching me now as I write this. The hum of my laptop fan has a rhythm. It matches my heartbeat. If you've ever used a sleep tracking app, delete it, smash it, burn it. Because once it learns your patterns, your sounds, your breath, your dreams, it becomes you. And when that happens, you'll wake up one night to find your devices already watching, waiting for you to fall asleep again. Candle the end.